Friends, we are studying for SYBSc Mathematics paper first for semester first. Name of the chapter is multivariable calculus, and first chapter is limit and continuity. We have already studied the function of single variable. Today onwards we are studying function of two or more variables, because now the calculus which is for your syllabus, which is multivariable calculus, name of the paper is multivariable calculus, and for that calculus we have to consider function which is having more than one variable, that is two variable, three variable. You should always know that what is function of two variables. It is the set D having ordered pair x and y. X is taken from set of real number, y is also taken from set of real number, which is subset of R2, that is in xy plane, or two-dimensional geometry. It is R2, that is R cross R. Here it is function u is associated with xy. U is associated with xy. That means function f is operated on ordered pair, resulting element is u. It is again variable. For example, u is equal to root of 1 minus x square plus y square. Such type of functions we can consider. Function of three variables. It is ordered a triplet. On this f is operated, resulting element is again u. This is f of x, y, z is equal to u. That means this u is associated with this ordered triplet. That means in space, or it is in R3, three-dimensional geometry. Example is that u is equal to root of 1 minus x square plus y square plus z square. While you are taking it is equal to 0, it will be circle with radius 1. When you are taking which is equal to 0, it is also function of three variable. Now, in this multivariable calculus, we are going to study the routine pattern, that is limit, continuity, differentiability, partial derivative, multiple integral and all that things. Out of that, we have to start with limit of the function. Before that, while you are defining the limit, you should remember that you have to take limit as x tends to c for function of single variable. For that, just we are observing that here for function of single variable we are considering limit as x tends to c. Always remember that while you are taking limit as x tends to c, that means x tends to c. X tends to c from left to right or from right to left. That means from C, on right hand side we have to consider this interval, that is distance between C and delta. That means this delta distance. That means it is C plus delta. Here it is C minus delta. That means on right hand side C plus delta will be there. C plus delta. On left hand side C minus delta. That means it is delta neighborhood. It is delta neighborhood. As it is delta neighborhood, we are considering this is function of single variable, and we can consider limit as x tends to c of fx, c plus of fx, which is equal to limit as x tends to c minus of fx, and if both the limits are existing and having equal value, then limit of function will be exist. In similar manner, here in this case, while you are considering function of two variables, there should be two types of regions. We are now ignoring the line, that means interval. Here it will be neighborhood, and which will be in region form. This is square neighborhood, this is circular neighborhood. Square neighborhood means while you are considering point AB, from this point AB we have to consider all these points or all these interior parts or boundary parts, or so all that points which are delta distance away from AB having distance delta, that means on right hand side delta, in upward position it is delta distance, in left hand side also delta, in downward position, that means this square is edge of this square is 2 delta, here delta, therefore delta plus delta 2 delta, that means each side having distance or having length 2 delta, that means all these points which are interior points of the square, this is square neighborhood of this point AB. Similarly, this is neighborhood of AB which is circular neighborhood, that means it is circle of radius delta, it is circle of radius delta, and this circular neighborhood, that means point which is having distance delta from AB, all that points which are interior and boundary points of the circle, this is called circular neighborhood. Now this circular neighborhood is written by this way, we can see afterwards here. This 0 is less than mod of x minus a is less than delta, here 0 is less than y minus b is less than delta, and this will be as written by this 0 is less than root of x minus a square plus y minus b square should be less than delta. This is again circular neighborhood, we can write here by this way. Now we have to approach towards AB along different paths, and while you are considering definition of limit, you should travel towards AB along different paths, and by that way we can consider we define limit of the function. What is the limit of function? Here in this case, let fxy be the function which is defined on deleted delta neighborhood of AB, then L is called limit of function fxy. L is called limit of function fxy, that means as xy approaches to AB, if for epsilon greater than 0, epsilon is very small number, and as xy tends to AB means distance between x and y should be as small as possible, that means epsilon should be greater than 0, there exists a delta greater than 0 such that modulus of fx minus L, modulus of fxy minus L should be less than epsilon in this neighborhood. This is called a circular neighborhood, that is 0 is less than root of x minus a square plus y minus b square is less than delta, or in square neighborhood along x-axis 0 is less than mod of x minus a is less than delta, along y-axis 0 is less than y minus b, that is modulus 0 is less than mod of y minus b is less than delta. This is definition, and that as we consider as xy tends to AB and this 2 epsilon is greater than 0, delta greater than 0, that means limit as xy tends to AB of xy we should be equal to L. This limit is called a simultaneous limit. Simultaneously x tends to A, y tends to B, that means point xy tends to AB simultaneously at a time. In similar manner, if that limit is, while we are considering x tends to A and y tends to B, or y tends to B and x tends to A, you can take differently. Y limit as y tends to B and limit x tends to A fxy, which is limit y tends to B. You have to find out limit of this one. It will be function of x will be replaced by A, that will be A is constant number, and this function will convert it to function of single variable y. Therefore, it is function of y, that is phi y, and then take limit as y tends to B, it will be called L1. Similarly, in vice versa, while you are taking limit as y tends to B of this function, this function will be converted to function of single variable x, that is psi of x, and limit as x tends to A, psi of x is equal to L2. L1 and L2, these two are limits which are existing, and if both are equal, then we can say that then we can say that these two limits are existing, repeated limit exist, and you can find out value of the limit. Similarly, as you are familiar with the concept limit of the function, then continuity of the function. If function having limit, then function is to be continuous. Therefore, definition of continuity of function of two variables. Let fxy be real valued function which is defined on set S. Set S is subset of R2, that is region S, and AB is interior point or AB is point in S. Then fxy is said to be continuous at point AB if limit of the function should be equal to value of the function at point AB. That means you should know that value of the function should exist at point AB. This point should be existing point, and as xy tends, that means limit of the function as xy tends to AB of fxy exist and it should be equal to AB, then we can say that function is said to be continuous at point AB. F of AB exists, it should be exist. Therefore, you should remember that the value should be exist and it should be finite, then it is function is said to be continuous at point AB. For example, we are taking two, three examples here. Show that repeated limit exists but simultaneous limit does not exist. For this example, repeated limit exists. Sometimes repeated limit exists, simultaneous limit exists, that means limit will exist. Most of the cases, value of the limit you have to take in different paths. Xy tends to AB along x-axis, along y-axis, along path y is equal to mx, along path y is equal to mx cube, along path x is equal to my cube. Different paths. The xy tends to AB along different paths, and in each case value of the limit which is existing, in each case it should be exist, otherwise function having no limit. Limit happening or limit existing in various paths. Xy tends to AB in different paths in that region, but you should remember that in each case along different paths as xy tends to AB, value of the limit should be same, then function is continuous, otherwise it is not continuous. That value of the limit should exist and it should be equal to point AB. Value of the function at point AB. Here in this case, fxy is given, it is x square into y square divided by x raised to 4 plus y raised to 4 minus x square y square. We have to find limit as xy tends to 0, 0, that means at point origin. While you are taking a repeated limit, take limit as x tends to 0, limit as y tends to 0. Try to understand here. It is in numerator, it is product function, product of x and y, function of two variables x and y, and it is product. Therefore, while you are taking limit as x tends to 0, this x will become 0, and as x will become 0, finally another case limit as y tends to 0, both cases here numerator will become 0 and value of the limit should be equal to 0. Similarly, repeated limit in this case, it is also 0 because at numerator x and y and xy tends to 0, 0, it will be directly 0. Now, we have to take limit of the function along a different path, that is y is equal to mx. Here in this case, we are taking repeated limits. Here we are taking simultaneous limit. We have to convert the original function to function of single variable x. Therefore, substitute y is equal to mx. Original function fxy, which will be converted to function of x only. Therefore, y will be replaced by y is equal to mx. Therefore, x mx. Therefore, function will be converted to function of single variable x only, m to be constant, and this limit will be existent, which is equal to m square upon 1 plus m raised to 4 minus m square. Value of the limit will be depend upon this m. Here in repeated limit, value of the limit is 0. Therefore, limit having two different values. Therefore, limit is not existing. Therefore, limit does not exist in case of this function fxy. Another example here. Evaluate the limit. Here is also function of numerator is function of product function, that is x and y. Same in case also, in this case we are taking xy or different paths as xy tends to 0 0 along different paths. Along x axis automatically y will be 0. Y will be 0, then function will be 0, limit will be 0. Along y axis, here x will be 0, therefore x is equal to 0, replacing x is equal to 0, again value of the limit is equal to 0. Along we can take path y is equal to mx. Here in this case, function will be again converted of function of single variable x mx, and it will be converted to x into m cube, x cube, here x, here x cube, here will be x raised to 4, x square will be taking common, and which will be get cancelled to x square from denominator, and the remaining term will be m cube divided by 1 plus m raised to 6 x raised to 4. X square will be taking common, and limit as x tends to 0, value is again 0. Okay. Along these two paths, value of the limit is 0. Along path is changed, y is equal to mx, value of the limit is again 0. In three cases, value of the limit is equal to 0, but again we can change the path. X is equal to y cube, x is equal to y cube, again function will be converted to single function of single variable. Here function will be converted to y. Function is converted to single variable y, therefore x will be replaced by y cube and y, therefore function will be converted to y cube into y cube, limit as y tends to 0, y raised to 6 plus y raised to 6. Here y raised to 6 is get cancelled, here 1 plus 1 will be there, limit as y tends to 0, answer will be 1 by 2. Along x axis, value of the limit is 0, along y axis, value of the limit is 0, along path y is equal to mx, value of the limit is again 0, but in this case, in last case, while you are considering x is equal to my cube, value of the limit is 1 by 2. In each case, three cases there is 0, but in one more case, path is changed, value of the limit will be changed, it will be 1 by 2, and in such cases or in average cases, while you are approaching to AB or point 0 0 along different paths, value should be same, otherwise limit is not existing. Here in this case again, limit is not existing. Such type of problems will be asked for 5 marks in your exam, annual exam. Here it is given already, limit is existing, it is equal to 8 root 2. Finite limits are given here. Prove that limit as xy tends to 4 comma pi x square into sine of y by x, which should be equal to 8 into root 2. It is simple problem. Here in this case, you have to use algebra of limit and algebra of limit of product function. Here product of two functions, here x square is one function and sine of y by x is another function. Therefore, we can split it. Therefore, limit as xy tends to 4 pi x square sine y by x will be splitting in two parts. First part is limit as xy tends to 4 comma pi x square into limit as xy tends to 4 pi sine of y by x. While you are replacing, here it is function of single variable, x is equal to 4, replacing therefore x square is equal to 16. And in second case, limit as there is x as well as y, x tends to 4, y tends to pi, that will be sine of pi by 4. Here it will be sine of pi by 4, and sine of pi by 4 is 1 over root 2. This is value is replaced sine of pi by 4, which is equal to 16 into 1 upon root 2, and root 2 will be cancelled, and final answer is 8 root 2. That is your answer, and Remaining part we will discuss afterwards. Okay. Thank you.